Alright, hello, welcome. Now in this video, we're gonna go on putting the frame of the chair together. Now I've already got the two sides done just to save some time. Because I don't know about you, but I'm getting sick of this project. This is like the third one of these I've made in a row, and I'm kind of over it. And you guys are probably getting sick of just waiting around too. So anyway, we got our sides together. We got this brace here. This will be our bottom. This will be our seated slats are. And this is our armchair. The outsides, to me, this is the inside. Alright, now we'll get our wood glue. Okay. Now it's really straightforward. The only thing is these are going to be wedge tenon, and that's what I want to talk to you about. So we'll take some glue. First, always test fit, make sure everything lines up. Okay. So, get some glue in here. And when you're making outside projects, use exterior grade glue. I'm using Elmer's wood glue, Carpenter's. You can also use, I have Tight Bond 3 up here somewhere. Oh, I grabbed the wrong glue. That's the interior glue. Well, don't store two bottles of glue that look exactly alike beside each other. But anyway, what I was going to say about the Tight Bond 3, I've tried it. I mean, it holds, but it takes forever and a day to set up. And for some operations, you might want that. But honestly, it's just it takes way too long, in my mind, to set up. I want a good solid, I want to have time to work, but I don't want, like I said, to wait forever and a day. Now, before you put this in, just take your back saw and make two little cuts. Alright, those will be where your wedges are. You don't have to measure them out. They don't have to be super precise. They don't even have to be super deep. You just gotta, just eyeballing it here. That will just create the space for you to start your wedges in. Okay. Now, apply glue up to the top here. Okay. Now, take your second piece. You have glue here, so you have to be a little extra careful because you don't want to get glue all over the place. Okay. Now that we got this together, you want to grab your clamps and just start clamping up. I'm caught on my drill here. Now, the mortises here for the top piece, here, the tenons are 3/4 of an inch. Whereas here, they're the whole way through. Now, if you wanted to make this like just the strongest piece ever made, you can make every tenon a through tenon. There's nothing that says you can't. Just a lot of extra work, but like I said, you can make, not long enough. You can make every one a through tenon. That's up to you. But I'm going by what the directions said. So, in the directions that to make these here, they go in lengthwise. They are 1 inch. And then the tenons that go in here and here, they're 3/4. And this one right here is 1.5 inches. Tighten this up. Alright. And now, it's not as bad as you think. Or maybe you don't think it's bad. There's a lot of things in woodworking that used to really scare me. And I avoid it because it just seems so different, like dovetails. Dovetails used to scare the crap out of me. Through tenons, wedge tenons. Now these wedges I got from Lowe's. They're a 3-pack. There are 2 metal wedges and 1 big hardwood wedge. They're galvanized, so they can fit. Well, not fit. They can take in. They're for outside. They're galvanized. They're for outside. So. Pound them in. Now, the way this works is that the wedges force the wood grain apart. So it actually causes them to flare out, press against the sides of your tenon, which creates a extremely strong friction fit. In fact, you really don't even need glue, but as I said, it's always better to overbuild than underbuild. I mean, this joint here will last 100 lifetimes. So this is the pack comes in. You have your 1 big wooden wedge and your 2 little galvanized metal staple. Alrighty. Now when you put these in, you want the wedges going. Oh, yeah, that won't work. You want the wedges going cross grain to your mortise board. By that I mean the board that has the hole in. You want your wedge going perpendicular or across the grain, because here's why. If you would put it in, like let's say I would go, okay, nice big wedge, I'll put in like this. Well, when you split the wood of this piece, because it's running with the grain, that's going to cause that board to split as well. Whereas going across the grain, it's not going to split. So that's why we do it like that. And I actually did fudge up the first time I ever did these. I did just that mistake. Luckily, it has not split yet, but you can't count on luck forever. And as I learned through most of my life, you can't count on luck at all except for bad luck. You can always count on bad luck. Bad luck will stick by you when your own mama won't. Okay. And so, like I said, through mortises always scared me because unlike dovetails where you have, the thing that scared me about them were you're cutting at angles and they had to fit together and be pretty well seamless. What scared me about through tenons was that the fact that they would be through and you would actually see the whole joint. So if there's any gaps or anything to it, you would see it and it would just look really, really awful. Okay. But that's one of those things where once you build up confidence and you do it a few times, you realize that it's all just cutting to a line, either cutting to a line with a saw or with a chisel or with a plane. Now, your bottom boards, I planed them smooth. I chamfered each side so there was no hard edges. You don't want hard edges anywhere where you're going to sit down. And then I pre-drilled the holes where the screws are going to go. These are just going to be screwed in. Then just kind of set them down in the cradle you created. Now, you don't have to, but if you want to, you could take a plane and just kind of radius each side. And as you see here, there's a part where it sits right back into these supports here. You could, if you wanted to, plane it at the angle that this is, so it sits further back. I think that's a little, yeah, it's a little bit too much. But just kind of start putting them down, eyeball them out. And if I remember correctly, there's 6 of these. Okay. Now the final one is going to fit right up front. It's going to fit in between these two. So all you have to do is measure that out. Okay, so 20 and 7/8. Okay, so I'll just measure. Twenty and 7/8. Okay. Square here. Mark my line. Bring it over here. Grab my saw. A little long, a little long. Oh, there we go. And now, we set this up flush. And now, I'll take my drill then, drill screw holes on this edge, countersink them, and then just take and screw them down in. And that will be that for that. And then after that, the next episode will be doing the ladder back. And then attaching that. And then we will have ourselves a patio chair to sit and relax on. So anyway, till next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.